Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Nexus Gaming Series matchup tonight featuring Can't Connect Stuns against Haunted House. It is a Nexus division matchup tonight as we take a look at our early bans. CCS banning Praxis and Sky Temple. Meanwhile, Haunted House banning D-Shire and Towers of Doom. We are nearly 20 minutes late for this match, but it will happen. Nonetheless. Thanks for coming out, hanging out with us so early in the stream. Just about have a full lobby here. We are going to Infernal Shrines. Not sure who picked it yet, but we'll find out shortly. I suppose I could probably leave pre-game lobby there. I don't think anybody's joining me. All right. Looks like Team 1 has first pick, which means heavy hitters took this map choice. I am in the correct spots now. Looks like we have all 5 members for each teams ready to rock and roll. Let them know I'm ready whenever.
will fight to my last breath. Ready for action.
Alrighty. Sorry, folks, for the delay. We have a lot to talk about here. We have 3 DPS banned, couple target bans, and then just Hogger, the best, well, arguably the best offlaner on Infernal Shrines, definitely on the objective here. Little bit of a small patch today, resulting in Sylvanas being banned, or excuse me, being changed slightly. Her W does a little bit less damage, 10%. And we saw that Muradin was actually banned for most of the day. Actually, just was able to play again 10 minutes before this match started. Muradin literally became playable again. With the latest changes in the off-season here, Falstad and Thrall have emerged as kind of the huge DPS winners of all the changes during this off-season. Surprised to see them both go through and both end up on the same team. I think that definitely does favor the side of... Oh, they're on the wrong side. I just realized they're on the wrong sides. Okay. Oh, also, I'm not even on the draft screen, mind you. Sorry about that. And now I have to switch them in Soothsayer. Okay, so... How do I swap teams? Can I just do that? This is going to be a bitch and a half to try to do. Hopefully that switched to logos now too. Okay, that did. Then the map bans are different. So this is going to be Braxis and Sky Temple. And this is D-Shire and Towers. Okay. Update that. That should go away. Okay, I think I have everything fixed now.
Here we go again.
So yeah, we see a double offlaner set up here for the side of Haunted House with a white main, and then we have 2 mages here. A lot of swapping going around right now. Brainer should have the tank. There we go. Shredded Wind. Not healing, notably. I'm not entirely sure who the Rhaegar is. But Mockery's going to be on Tass and Eric on the Chromie. Game 1 about to get on our way here in just a moment. Thanks for putting up with all my shenanigans. Let's see how these teams duke it out. Alright, from right to left, we're backwards, but this is technically the home team. It is CCS. We have Mockery on Tassadar, Shredded Wind on Blaze, Eric, not with a K, but it is with a K, but this is just normal Eric with an A. Anyway, he's on Chromie. Choo Choo Train is going to be on the Rhaegar, and Brainer on the Muradin. From left to right, our away team in blue, It's Gamer on the... sorry, reading what the chat is here. On the Garrosh, Bobby on Falstad, Sugar on Thrall with the worst skin in the game, Aaron with the best skin in the game, arguably, on the Leo, and that is Kravaschik playing white main, as Muradin already has 2 stacks. So the change that they made to Muradin here is now you can get 40 stacks, and then you get your level 10, basically. Or what we remember as the level 10s. Auto attack Falstad. We're going to see Echo of the Elements White Mane going to be able to pretty much keep up a Garrosh for any amount of time. Considering it's double mage here, it's going to be a very much difficult time. I have the best words, by the way. Trying to kill the Garrosh, as the red team CCS does start this bottom camp here. Thrall looking to stack. The CCS immediately ripping this bottom camp, but with double mage, they do it very quickly. Surprised to see Haunted House just kind of let them go so easily. They didn't even do their own camp. Blaze is showing mid now. He's going to be getting this camp here. And it looks like they might try to invade this. But Garrosh is very much on an island here right now. If he gets purged, I think he's just dead. In fact, he might not need to be purged. There's the test at our wall. Blaze stun is really fun. Yeah. And there is first blood onto the Garrosh. So, nice rotate here, but that does allow Leo to do Leo things in the top lane. Aaron getting a good amount of value here onto that tower. As Sugar 6 stacks away. Not away, but 6 stacks total. So will we have another invade? Blaze and Leo are going to be reaching the mid lane at roughly the same time. Blue team did drop a lot of soak here. Almost losing a full wave. With that and the kill, they are going to be up in soak. CCS will be. Anybody going to be doing their bruiser camp before the objective? It doesn't look like either team has much thought of doing it. Nice unstop there. Stop the rotation from being interrupted. Tassadar clearing out mid. Murden looking at the camp just to see, make sure nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it. And we have our first big scuffle here. Brainer missing the stun. And red team will start this objective while Chromie comes back from the Hall of Storms. 8-1 in favor of red. Garrosh looking for a throw. Stun missing onto the Blaze. Good route by the Thrall. Aaron in the back line trying to peel. Brainer in there right now, getting a lot of stacks, but does get thrown and does fall to the Falstad autos. 18-12 right now in favor of Haunted House. Chromie doing a lot of damage with the W's. Does have a time trap available and using it now. Does get a good amount of damage this time onto the Garrosh, but he's able to pop the W and sustain himself here. Aaron with a lot of damage with the W, connecting to the Blaze. 37-18 though, this will definitely go over to the side of Haunted House. This Blaze heads back top. Level 7's just around the corner for both these teams. And a Frozen Punisher going to be pushing the mid lane here. A bit unlucky to get hit by that stun, actually. Garrosh looking for a throw. There, he's going to find one. Does Thrall have the follow-up? Not quite. How close are we in the stacking department? Only 13 so far. Really unfortunate there by the Rhaegar to get jumped on immediately as he gets stunned by the Muradin. And it looks like blue team is going to comfortably get the first fort of the game here in the mid lane. Garrosh, though, still looking for more. Time traps being a nuisance. But it's Gamer potentially looking for another throw. Not going to find one. 2-1 in kills now in favor of the blue team. They get their XP lead. They do get periodic catapults now in that mid lane. And Sugar with very low mana, probably just back here. I don't know. He decided to do bottom camp. Brainer is there watching, but that's basically all he can be doing. Let's see if he decides to actually go in on this. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, he does! They do have Slowing Sands. Really nice stun there. A lot of the Chromie damage, though, being blocked. Brainer does have to jump out, and actually the Muradin helps him get out. But it's a big stun by Blaze. Leo rotating in from behind. People are getting really low. The tank, the first to fall. Falstad takes him out. Tassadar turns the favor, killing the Thrall. Rhaegar trying to stay alive, trying to heal, actually gets a bite onto the Leo, and that'll be a kill there as well. Shredded Wind looking for more, not going to find it. Whitemane used all of the mana bar for that fight, and 3 people still died. Now Falstad will have to fly top, catch the remaining soak because their offlaner's dead, and the red team going to comfortably able to capture this siege camp and get their level 10s first. Chromie at 28 stacks of their level 1, and notably Murden now getting 41 stacks before level 10, so getting that bonus already ahead of schedule. Certainly empowered by the fact that Tassadar has slows, Blaze has slows, Rhaegar, Chromie have slows. That sure makes stacking the Murden a lot easier. Falstad only at 83 stacks. Here's an Entomb on to... Oh no! Okay, it all works out, but that was really funny. We see a Haymaker here from Brainer onto the Thrall, but I don't think he's going to be able to get out of there. And there's so much damage with the auto attacks, with the Leo. He is not going to be able to escape, so... What a weird interaction to see. The Entomb that was great onto the Rhaegar, and then he immediately gets sundered through the Entomb on the other side. I don't know if I've seen that in some time. He meant well, but all he did was help the Rhaegar potentially live. Luckily, Thrall, or Garrosh is, well, what Garrosh is, he's able to secure the kill for Haunted House. 5-4 in kills now. And as the bottom objective is right around the corner here, we do see a Mortar Punisher this time around. Red team gets their camp out. Blue to follow. And my phone is super bugged. What the hell? So Mortar Punisher is started by Red again. Blaze Stun just missing. Garrosh now looking potentially for a kill. Bunker immediately used. There's an Entomb in the back line onto the Rhaegar. The Sundering catching 3 people from the red team. This is looking really strong here for the side of Haunted House. Now the Gust to disengage the tank. Mockery pops the Archon. It's 30-0 now in favor of CCS. They should be able to step up and just get this objective. They don't even necessarily have to play for kills. They just need to play for the objective. Aaron getting really low, getting stunned. The cleanse, is it going to be enough? Yes, with the Whitemane healing, it will be enough. 33-15. It's getting closer as Aaron drops below 300 HP. The Slowing Sands, not really doing much there, but it doesn't matter. Red team summons the Mortar Punisher, and that Punisher will be knocked down the towers here of the bottom wall for CCS. Not the person you want gets done there, the Falstad Bobby getting hit by that Mortar Punisher, and Chromie hitting 3 gigantic Qs onto the face of the Whitemane. 45 stacks now for the Murden, but getting 160 will be something else. I don't know if they're going to be able to get that. Time traps used here? Almost. Able to catch the Falstad. Don't know if... How'd I get into Club Aqua? What? What's Club Aqua? I don't even know what that is. What's going on, Aura? Good to see you. Falstad at 140 stacks, notably. Should be able to get 300 this game if he continues to stack effectively. They do get a Sunder on the Tassadar. Beautiful cleanse from the Rhaegar. And now the Murden able to get the Haymaker on Garrosh over the wall. Is he going to be able to save him with that Gust? Eric, wow. Really interesting fight there. 2 people that should have been dead, thrown over the walls, are saved by their teams. Because of that, no deaths in the death feed, if you will. Garrosh looking mid. There's a very tasty morsel here. They look for the Tassadar, do find it. Beautiful stun there by the Thrall. Slowing Sands immediately put down, but it is not enough to save him. Now it's Gamer looking for more. He throws into the Thrall. Great engage here by Sugar. Able to get the W onto Murd, and he's the next to go. Eric now is not going to live much longer. The throw onto Greymane. Greymane, he's a different dog. All dogs look the same, right? Onto the Rhaegar. He will fall. Really nice engage there from the side of Haunted House. Because of that, they are now up 9-4 in kills, and they are looking top lane here onto Shredded Wind. Does get thrown in Tomb. Not going to do much. He has to immediately pop Bunker, but I don't think it's going to do too much to save him there. He taps, and he falls. 189 stacks now for the Falstad. 57 from the Thrall. What's going on, Gossamer? Good to see you. We have 60 stacks. Almost at 100. The 40 is the important one. Gains the extra charge. A lot of self-healing. Certainly the 100 Mythic quest completion is very good too, but ultimately just getting 40 is a win in itself. Getting the second tier of most of these quests are really the big power spikes, and then obviously if you can complete the Mythic quest, all the better. But this is a really interesting position here from the Rhaegar. I mean, he just absolutely face-checked the Thrall. Ancestral Wrath. The slow as well. Falstad doing a great job stacking this game. The red team, yet again, going to be on the objective first. Are going to have 16s available, so they will be the same talent here, but they are a level and a half down noticeably. Muradin did just use his jump, and I'm really surprised they're not just going to try to turn on this Muradin, because yeah, Sugar is just running down this Muradin. Chromie does get thrown. He is probably no saving him. He's going to get Ancestral immediately, but I don't think it's going to matter. Maybe it does. Thrall the first to go. Whitemane prioritizing most of the healing onto their offlane of their Leo, and maybe rightly so. A lot of damage coming out from the Leo as he's in the backline, almost getting the Chromie. He's able to time trap himself, but that's just for the moment. Whitemane is getting interacted with in the backline from the tank, as Bobby solos the Tassadar. Now the Entomb, maybe a little too late. Brainer with 50 HP is able to get out if the minion wave doesn't kill him. And it looks like he will. Just sneak out of there. 3 for 2 in favor of Haunted House. They're going to be able to secure this objective. And we do see, yeah, it's auto attack build here from the Leo. So much damage with those autos. Makes him a force to be reckoned with in the backline, especially against two very immobile mages. $230 stacks. Falstad approaching critical mass here. Again, throwing the Thrall into the backline to try to get a root. It's a big root, but its gamer is getting low. Whitemane here to try to save him. He's doing everything he can. Garrosh, tough to kill. Whitemane even tougher. Little bit of a disjointed fight as Falstad gusts the rest of the team away. Nevertheless, this Arcane Punisher in the top lane working on these walls here. Wonder if they're going to try to throw the Thrall over the wall again. Level 18s are almost here for the Chromie, and that makes... Beautiful unstop there from the Garrosh. Makes Chromie very, very scary in these slowing sands into the front line here. They can just front to back. Really looking to see that. It's Gamer throwing Shredded Wind. So much damage immediately from the Thrall. Both tanks will go down. And let's see if Aaron's going to look for an Entomb. He doesn't have it for another 8 seconds. Mockery trying to get this kill here. Doesn't look like he's going to find one, though. Now level 18s are online. And no, we don't actually see the Slowing Sands 20. Which I think is a bit of a mistake. But we will have Pierce. We do have the level 1 quest on, so it is a lot of Chromies throwing stuff down the barrel of these hallways. Leo almost completing his level 16 quest here. And we inch closer and closer to a couple Pinnacle quest completions from the side of Haunted House with Thrall, with the Falstad. And if you are a tank player from the side of CCS, you are the most afraid of this Falstad. I mean, it is just a front-to-back mentality then. Just get the throw, 3 auto attacks, and you are cooked. It is that strong. gets the Silence and Tomb onto the Chromie. Really nice cleanse, and he's able to get the time step off, or rather the timeout, but it won't matter. A better gust here from Bobby eliminates both the Rhaegar and the Chromie. And CCS will have to try to regroup and get 20s while they wait for this next objective to spawn. So nice Entomb there from Aaron. It was a really beautiful cleanse, honestly. That was a very nice play from our from the Choo Choo Train to be able to get that time trap off. Or time out off. I keep calling it a time trap because obviously he has time traps, but really surprised you don't see Falstad. Yeah, pushing out here. 290. This will be online for the next team fight. Thrall also trying to get some stacks here. He's going, hey man, let me help. I want to help. And I think this is just very much a case of you can't let Thrall and Falstad through right now. I think their quests are in a really good spot to complete them for a level 20 game, which most games are going to go. It just the damage they output alone. Like, are they number 1, number 2? Well, the Tassadar is. I'm actually surprised not to see the Falstad here, but with Wind Tunnel, Falstad was already a really good hero. Auto attack was already a strong build, and with this Pinnacle quest now available, I think he's going to be one of the most played heroes that we see across many divisions here. Thrall now completing his Pinnacle quest as well, so this is going to be a tough fight for the side of CCS. They don't have the level 20 Sands, but what they do have is double Ancestral. Tassadar able to snipe a couple of the Spider Monkeys with that first Q. Pierce is here as well, so Eric, ooh, beautiful time trap. Let's see if they get an engage on it. Looks like Tassadar gets entombed into the back line. 3 auto attacks, almost kill the Tassadar. Beautiful engage, or beautiful ult there from the white mane. But he's taking so much damage now. The Gust comes out far too late. Aaron was in the back line trying to solo the Muradin, but he wasn't able to do so. And the only people left standing are the 2 raid bosses. And if there's any 2 heroes that can absolutely 4v5, right, or 2v5, it's these 2 heroes, honestly. Mockery does have the Endless Archon. Looks to be pushing here. But Thrall does have 2 Qs available. Falstad will have Gust in 20 seconds here. Silence and Tomb will be up as well. This shouldn't get too much value aside from this fort, unless with Red Team, CCS can find some more kills. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, this keep will fall. So Red Team really does need to get something done here. And be careful of the Entomb and just the sheer power that these 3 heroes, these level 20s, provide for the side of Haunted House. Shredded Wind may be looking for something. There is the Sundering. Entomb immediately onto the Tassadar. Time Trap will help the team as Muradin hammers the Garrosh into their base. So yeah, that's about all that this team was going to get. Good evening for real, by the way. But this keep should fall here, unless CCS can make it back in time. This catapult is very much locked on here, and it's a race. They're doing their best. Blaze backed. He's on his way. Can he save the building? It looks like maybe he's going to be able to. Just in the nick of time. But this keep absolutely made of paper mache now. Won't take much, and honestly, the Thrall could step up and just try to Q it a couple of times with this great lane pressure that the blue team has right now. Wow, look at the wave clear from the Qs there. Brainer looking for something. Really surprised to see the blue team not engaging harder when the Muradin jumps in like that. Blue team definitely wants this building. They get throw on to nice Silence and Tomb, but he does get the Ancestral off. Thrall in the back line. Now a Gust all in on the Blaze, and Blaze will fall. Eric with an A, putting down that Slowing Sands and trying to walk through it. Blaze Not there to save anybody with a bunker this time around. Rhaegar to go next. Mockery trying to stay alive, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Chromie the next to fall. It is a 5-piece chicken nugget for the side of Haunted House as they march their spooky asses towards the core of CCS. The top keep will fall. The middle keep sure to fall next. But the most important building, this core, is going down. It's Yelling Timber. Haunted House gonna win game 1. GG's come out. Post-game stats here. DPS led by Thrall and Tassadar. White main leading and healing just a little bit. Offlane stats go to the Leo, Thrall, and then the Tassadar before you see the Blaze. But 21 to 10. Pretty, I mean, a little bit back and forth, but mostly dominated. Mostly dominated by the side of Haunted House. Yes, I did just quote Kesha. Now we get to root for CCS to look for the reverse sweep. We will give Haunted House a hard-earned point on the board for their efforts. This was picked by red and won by red. Is that the correct way to look at this now? No, this is picked by blue, won by blue, because it's opposite. Okay, there we go. And we will wait to see where or what CCS wants to do, if they want to take first pick or the map, following their game 1 loss. Couple pretty interesting fights. The bottom lane little scrimmage that they had down there with the Garrosh throwing somebody over the wall and then getting haymakered back and somehow escaping that. A couple really nice cleanses from the white main. I think the white main play was very strong. Actually, both healer play, just in general, I think was very strong. Which, I mean, you expect at the Nexus level. You expect some higher skill plays to be made. And I think we definitely saw that on display. So, as we wait for our next game, go grab a snack, grab a drink. We will get going here as soon as possible. Clipless Grenade coming in with the sex number 69 mother effing months. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you as always. Let's see, do we have a lobby up here yet? Looks like no. Well, these teams were about 20 minutes late for starting, so I don't exactly expect them to be snappy between games. Alright, Tomb of the Spider Queen we're heading to. Teams are on the right side, good. Team 2 has first pick, so this was picked by the blue team. Tomb of the Spider Queen. There we go. And one of my showings just got canceled, so that's unfortunate. That's a bummer. Okay, well. Is that my showing on Saturday? Tomb of the Spider Queen. Oh, I gotta give them a point on the board. Hello. Haunted House. Bam. 1. That's the Saturday 9 a.m. one. Alright. So here we go. My favorite map, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Sylvanas banned again. Unsurprising. I think she's still in a really strong place even after the mini nerf today. Target ban there for Mockery. Will we see another Maiev ban? Perhaps. It was Maiev and Hogger were the last 2 bans on Infernal, so let's see if that remains the case here. Nope. We're gonna see Junkrat. And yep, it is the Maiev ban again. First pick here. I really do like Johanna early picked on this map. I think she's really strong, got good wave clear. Can really deny, turn in forever. Yeah, when you see that picked here early. Makes sense. And yet again, we see Falstad Thrall grabbed from the side of heavy hitters. Or, heavy hitters. I hear HH and I think heavy hitters. Haunted House. My goodness. My apologies to the Haunted House boys. See, Stukov and Hanzo grabbed. I think Stukov's going to have one heck of a bad time into Wind Tunnel and Thrall. But Super Strain at 16 will certainly help with the amount of stuns and nonsense that Haunted House has going on right now. Last band going to be Genji. So no Shimada Bros for CCS. They need a healer, they need a tank. I think you just ban, like, I don't know, Varian? I don't even know what you ban here. I guess you can ban Anduin, you can ban Brightwing. Rhaegar. I guess it's probably a healer ban. They're going to take out the Leo. They don't want him to run the same thing. It still leaves Hogger up. Still leaves Blaze up. Sonya could be pretty strong here, especially in Stuko Hanzo.
I will fight to my last.
Yeah, we're going to see Rhaegar. Could just be Garrosh again. Nope, it's going to be Hogger.
Hunt them down.
Hogger hunt them down.
I'm here to help.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is why I cast right here. Deathwing, Jaina. Absolutely. Deathwing did get a touch of a nerf as W now. I believe instead of a 6-second cooldown is a 7. And Jaina can no longer just walk through walls. But I think they're still really strong. It's going to be really, really interesting to see. It is an offlane Deathwing, though. See how that matchup is into Hogger, and then we see its gamer grabbing Diablo here as the final pick. Surely a lightning breath game if I ever saw one. But both really interesting drafts. Well, one a little bit more meta than the other, but really excited to see how CCS plays this out. Game 2, Haunted House for CCS, it's on its way. Bum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum. And from right to left, it is our home team. It is going to be CCS. They are in red tonight. Eric with an A. Wow, it's such a small skin on the Jaina. It's such a small little mount. We have Mockery playing Hanzo. Shredded Wind on Deathwing. Choo Choo Train playing Stukov and bringing up the rear. It's Brainer on... He should really be playing Rainer so I could rhyme that. But it's Johanna instead. And from left to right, our away team in blue. It is Haunted House up 1-0. We have Kravachik playing Rhaegar. Apologize for butchering their name. Here's what I can say. Aaron on Hogger. Bobby also can nail that one. Playing Falstad. It's Gamer on Diablo. And Sugar playing Thrall. And level 1 talents here, it's Q-Build Falstad this time around. Very interesting. Q-Build again, or rather, blue build there from the Thrall. Winter's Reach, auto attack from Hanzo. Certainly some talents I would not necessarily expect from each of these sides. So far, Deathwing has 1 stack. Only 1,900 more to go. Wait, 1,900? What the? Oh, the tooltip's broken. Okay. Because it says 1,900, but it's definitely 2,000 stacks. Weird. So, as mentioned previously, they fixed Jaina. So now, she can no longer walk through terrain. Before the fix, she was able to walk through, Silence and Tomb, walk through Bunker, just like, no problem. So, they ended up patching that little bug. Johanna here, trying to get this camp to push in. Sugar taking a fair amount of damage here from this Hanzo. It's Gamer, wisely. Ooh, it's a nice root from the Thrall. $14 stacks on the Falstad. People do have opinions about the Q build on Falstad. Used to be kind of the default. Now it's a little unpickable. Considering how strong both W and auto attack are. But I think it does have a place. I don't know if it's here. Big Q damage yet again. 23 stacks in the Falstad. They go in onto Mockery here. Bite in from Rhaegar, but Hanzo going to be able to jump over the wall. Bobby looking for a kill. He's not going to find it, though. Jaina that whole time clearing the waves and helping push in top. Red team slightly ahead in XP. And who's winning down here? Kinda... I mean, I assume the Deathwing is winning, but hard to say. Sub not quite done. That wasn't 4, but 3 people definitely got slowed by that Q. We have Q again from Jaina. Jaina. It looks like W build incoming from the Diablo. Yeah, this shit is still overtuned. Like, you just can't do anything. And he's healing up pretty well, but... Let's just watch this matchup for a minute. Oh, hang on, I see a Diablo going in. No, okay, I want to look back bottom. Huh. Definitely gonna try to turn in? Not quite. Jaina at 1100 damage, 1500 damage. Thrall already at 20 stacks. I feel like that's pretty good, considering the duration of the game. But now, Stukov caught out. Do we see a Purge? Looks like yes, we do. Oh no, it wasn't a Purge. He was just very slowed by Totem. And the W from... Oh, we didn't even have the W slow yet. Is that a 13? 16? Eh. Both teams now have turn. Diablo trying to turn. Johanna, again, yeah, going to be very, very difficult to turn in with that Johanna up. I really need your Deathwing to actually turn, and he does have almost exact C's down here. It's at 27, so he should be able to turn in now, as Hogger doesn't want to drop this bottom lane. A little bit of a scuffle here in the top lane. You see it's Gamer getting really low. Red team going to get their turn in here, but it's a beautiful throw over the shoulder onto Brainer, and that will be second blood for the side of Haunted House. It's a nice play there by the blue team. Deathwing catches mid, rotates back down bottom, but Hogger did get a lot of value down here, honestly. Getting a full wall and the tower because Deathwing had to catch mid. It's really, really nice there for them. Look at how many auto attacks this Hogger is doing to this Deathwing. And this Deathwing has given 0 fucks about it. He's full health. I mean, he's just full health with one button. Wild. 29 stacks for the Thrall. 41. Ooh, Jaina. Jaina was the target, but a nice... Uno reverse from the side of CCS as they claim their first blood of the match. Right before 10s too, so that's kind of a kick in the nuts for the Diablo. Meanwhile, Bobby heading up. We see an engage. Ooh, onto Faust, or onto the Stukov initially, but then he had to change target. And now it's Gamer does not have souls available. And he's going to find the Hall of Storms for the next 20 seconds. Big root from the Thrall connects to 4 people. Gust there by Bobby. Big Q. 52 stacks there on that. And while CCS has been fighting, Hogger getting a good amount of value yet again in this bottom lane. Getting this camp, getting the XP, and then pushing down yet another tower here in the bottom lane. We do have Ring of Frost with full Q build, which is certainly a build that you could do on Jaina. Holy smokes. Falstad is really down here. I think he's going to be able to get away, though. He doesn't have Gust available. He's actually going to fly. He's worried about getting engaged on. Nice fly there, just to be extra safe. Don't want Stukov somehow interrupting that rotation. The well-timed shove. Only 55 stacks for the Deathwing, but I mean, you're never really completing that quest in a meaningful game. It's funny, but it basically might as well not exist. The engage on the Hanzo does find him losing about half his health with a nice Falstad Q. Ring of Loss connects onto Rhaegar. He is able to get the Ancestral off in time. Lightning Breath is not enough to kill the Joe, but the Falstad damage certainly is. Nice Q there by him. And now it is 3-2 as the blue Web Weavers are descending for the first time in the left to right direction. Aaron down here, I think it should almost just be the Thrall at this point. I mean, I know the Thrall is stacking, but he's got 40 stacks now. Kind of want to see the Thrall just come down here and start bullying this Deathwing a little bit more. Although I don't even know if that's the right matchup now, considering how strong Deathwing is, and considering you don't really want to be a melee hero next to Deathwing these days. I don't even know how the matchup plays out. Looks like Hanzo might be positioning for... Ooh, nice shove there. But Eric still caught out just a little bit too far. Arrow not quite in time to save the Jaina. And with no cleanse available, this is a lot of CC for a Stukov to deal with. Here comes Deathwing flying in. Does land on everybody. But he gets immediately blown up. He does have to get out and does with 100 HP. Nice unstop there from the Johanna. Meanwhile, while CCS again is fighting, Hogger has been running down this bottom lane and doing a great job at it. 31 gems. He's able to take the wall yet again. Another tower and almost this other full tower. And with this first full turn-in for the blue side, they are able to get all 3 forts. Well, maybe. I assume all 3 forts. Yeah, okay. Look at how much damage those coming out. Here comes the Johanna. Shield going to be used. There's the Ring of Frost, catching 3 members of the blue team. Not enough cleanses to go around. The Rhaegar falls. Falstad next. Deathwing flies in the air. And we do have an arrow here in a moment. Curious to see if we see it being used. But this is 27 gems that are not going to find a home. And CCS taking the decisive fight that they needed. And now we'll be doing boss. They do have a turn-in. They will likely have another turn-in. If they can get a double turn-in here, get this boss, they can get some of these buildings down and level up the game. Even up the game, excuse me, structure-wise. Really nice scoop. Ring of Frost combo. We actually see Icy Veins. Of all the talents to pick, I guess that's the one you really want. Both teams needing to hearth for one reason or another. Either they died and had to go back, or they need some mana. You can decide which is which. Jaina's actually going to go bottom and deal with this Hogger, who is, again, just AFK, running down the bottom lane. And it doesn't look like Red has any interest in pushing with this. They cleared the boss. Oh, the blue Web Weavers are descending. I'm trolling. My bad. I did not even catch that. Is he going to get shielded? Oh my gosh, what a Hordo pull. The Hogger is able to eat the shield with the Hordo. Perfectly timed. More so luck than anything else there. But he is able to escape. And now the blue team is going to be running down the keeps here. Do they get more than just the bottom? Let's see. Doesn't have shield available, but they do have Hanzo Arrow. They do have the Ring of Frost too. Here is a big arrow, connects the 3 people. Ring of Frost isn't going to hit anybody this time around, but the Hogger is getting really low. What a spin there from Aaron. Fear connecting only to the Thrall, and Brainer isn't able to catch up. Now Aaron in the back line doing a lot of damage. Going to have to spin out. Will not live, though, with the pop of the Stukov finishing him off. They're looking for more. CCS marching forward. No ults available yet, but they don't need it. Next to fall will be the Diablo, but he's going to have souls. He'll be back shortly. Red team now, again, with nearly 2 full turn-ins after doing that boss. Will they be able to save the rest of their keeps? That is the question. It looks like yes, and they are up 7-4 in kills, but the map state is in a sorry condition for the side of CCS. Their waves are basically in Narnia here. 69 stacks on the Falstad, giggity. 58 from the Thrall. They're a lot farther away from completing their quest to level 20 than before. Jaina just over halfway. Falstad potentially looking for a gust here. He's in the back line. Deathwing does fly, or does fall. They're going to be seen here on the mini. Yeah, the wall definitely showed them. They don't see it. They don't see it. Oh my god, the gust is going to be huge. Big gust. Let's see if there's any sort of follow-up. It doesn't look like it. Beautiful shove from the Stukov. And now the Falstad just has to go top and clear. Watch his building fall. The gust, I mean, if that was a wind tunnel and it would have had more time for his team to show up and support, would have been good. But now Thrall getting caught out here. Sundering going to have to be used, but it's a beautiful arrow there from Mockery. Ancestral just getting off in time. So much healing from the Thrall on his own, but it's not enough. He will fall. And now Red does have another turn in here. Their lanes are in a better condition. If they decide to turn in here, I'm not even sure they really should. They might just get their camp out and then wait for turn in. But I guess Deathwing does want to get his 51 gems out. And yeah, they're just going to try to go again. Oh, I guess, I'm sorry, the Rhaegar's... My brain is so screwed up. When I see a home team as a home team, I start telling myself mentally, okay, CCS is the home team, they're in blue. And so, the fact that they're on two different sides now is a real mind F for me. So yeah, obviously with one dead, they want to turn in. Brainer and Aaron exchanging pleasantries there. No E available. I think Brainer knows it. I'm really surprised he's not ripping this shield here. I guess maybe he's worried about the Hortipult again. But I think that's going to be really tough to perfectly time, as he did in the bottom lane. Falstad's in the top lane clearing. Big arrow connecting again. Ring of Frost now to follow. And over the top comes the Deathwing. So much damage. CCS finding their stride here in the late game on Spiders. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Numbing Blast did get nerfed, but I think still the choice on that talent here. It's not nearly as scary as it was, but it is still a very strong talent. Hogger has been holding down the mid lane. He actually is able to save his fort, but this keep will not be saved. Deathwing in the top lane pushing in that wave as well. Boss up in 5 seconds, so they can boss off of this if they decide to. Level 20s are around the corner. Red team should be able to get them first. Brainer getting low. Gets bopped on the head. Deathwing's in the air right now. Nice Q there from the Falstad. And he should be able to mount up and walk away. Deathwing jumps into the bottom lane. Going to be finishing off this fort. Hogger spent so long to defend and keep. But ultimately, this will be going the way of the wildebeest. Sorry for the whiplash. That was awful. Awful camera work. So yeah, Deathwing catches bottom. Level 20's online. See, Cold Snap, Radiating Faith, Bullseye, Bio Switch, and Stood in the Fire. Blue team almost does have turn in here. Red team going to start this boss. I think it's a fairly safe thing for them to do. Deathwing's in the air. He has Fear available. They have their 20s. Okay, well, Deathwing lands. But nonetheless, it is going to be very hard for the blue team to step up and try to do this here. Now, red team almost has turn, but I think they should just try to push to end with this boss. With the CC chain that they have been using, and maybe they can end with this. Two people have bolt, though, for the blue team, so they're going to be able to really dive into the backline here if they so choose. Deathwing poised to fly. Oh, he flew. But will be landing, I assume, here? Looking for an arrow, potentially. Diablo is behind them. Not really sure what the angle is here. Looks like they're just content taking wall and then leaving. Both teams now are going to have turn in here after this wave. Or, excuse me, red team needs 3 more. Nice damage there onto the Johanna. Johanna going in, arrow missing this time from the Hanzo. Little mistake on the micro from the Diablo, but it might not matter. The lightning breath is going to be good. Ring of Frost catching a martyr down Ring of Frost. And the cold snap value actually catching the Hogger Jaina from the grave. Beautiful sonic arrow there from Hanzo. And Mockery is running wild right now. They do get the ping onto Mockery. They know what a good shot that was. And it is 3 for 1 in favor of CCS. Let's see what they do. Are they able to end with this? It looks like they're going to turn. Deathwing's going to fly in the air. Johanna catching turn in here in the mid lane. I guess they're both mid lanes. Bottom mid lane? Anyway. It's going to be really hard for blue team to defend this, despite having the Falstad, despite having the Thrall. Shield is available. Hanzo will have the arrow up soon. The red team is currently focused on getting these keeps down as much as possible. Really surprised we don't see them try to engage here, but I guess without the Jaina, they're a little bit scared. But Thrall is very killable here with the CC that they have available. And they're just backing up. They're just going to give this a free clear. This 3 cat is mid. But this is a relatively free clear for the side of Haunted House right now, and I'm really surprised to see this. Johanna going in, maybe looking to start a fight. What can the blue team do to stop it? Falstad is in the bottom lane, looking for a gust. Gamer trying to provide vision, trying to bait him, and it looks like he may have successfully done so. So much damage is going on to him. Here's a big gust, but it really doesn't do anything. The rest of his team is stunned in the back line. Ancestral gets off, but it only really lands into the Rhaegar. Aaron running for his life, and won't be able to loot Horde out this time around. And now it's a 3-on-4, and the blue team does have to fight for this, I think. Well, they really can't end with... I guess they really don't. They don't really have to fight for this. I'm lying to you. With 3 people up, they're going to be able to clear the waves, and it's Thrall, Rhaegar, and Falstad, so... we've entered Gibbs's favorite part of the game, which is the late game on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We're gonna hit level 22s here, despite all the efforts made by CCS, 15 and 6 in terms of kills. They are not able to end yet and get us into a game 3. Excuse me. Deathwing escorting the camp here in the bottom lane. The last building standing for Haunted House is this bottom keep. And mind you, it is a flawless keep. It's an immaculate wall. Nothing's touched the towers, but I assume that's going to change here very quickly. Falstad only about 38 away from completing his level 1 quest. Diablo only needs 2 souls, and he'll be able to get that. They look for an engage. Beautiful job there, and the Ring of Frost has gotten so much value, catching 2 members of Haunted House, and it looks like they'll finally, CCS should be able to end this time around. Diablo going to be the next to go. Aaron trying to run away with his life. He's 300 HP, he is alive, but it's just going to be him and Diablo trying to fend off the rest of the CCS team and the absolute juggernaut that is Jaina right now. With this Ring of Frost. We'll have it available again in 6 seconds. Diablo doing the best they can to try to stall. Aaron looking in for a spin. Immediately gets stunned. And Shredded Wind gonna be able to eat the Diablo. There's the Ring of Frost. And we, ladies and gentlemen, are going to have a game 3 on our hands. As CCS starts hitting this core. The GGs come out. We'll see who can emerge victorious here in Game 3. Look at how angry he is. Congratulations to CCS. So they're able to overcome the Thrall and the Falstad this time around. I do think Falstad did choose one of the worst builds right now. And that could have played a major difference. I mean, just having the auto attack pressure on the Deathwing, on the Johanna, could have really made a difference in this team fights. But also, Haunted House just really enjoyed standing in the Jaina ults. More so than any Nexus team I've ever seen. So, if they could just kind of clean up watching out for that, I think they'll have a much better opportunity in the next game to win this series. But a lot of credit to CCS. They were able to layer their CC successfully. The Hanzo arrow, leading first with the Johanna, the Hanzo arrow to follow, the Ring of Frost as well. And some really, really nice bullseyes there by Mockery at the end to secure the game. And, I mean, no slouch in the damage department here is also the Deathwing, who actually led both DPSs over the Thrall, Falstad, and Hogger for the blue team. So, Deathwing in a really good spot, definitely has to be considered. And obviously, Mockery absolutely pumping on Falstad here, or on Hanzo. I can't say words. 21-7 in kills. We go to a game 3. CCS gets their hard-earned point on the board. We go back to our map selection screen. This was won by Red Team. Let's see what Haunted House wants to do next. Lobby is up. We are going to Cursed Hollow. This was picked by CCS. So picked by Red. Let's go, local sports team. Sports harder than the other non-local sports team. Good evening, Harkin. Thanks for coming and hanging out for a bit. Doing well, good sir. Enjoying casting so far this season. Been a good time. Alright, we have the green light from both teams. Should be starting here momentarily. Cursed Hollow. For all the marbles. This game could last 25 minutes or 9. It's kind of one of those maps if the enemy team, or if the enemy team, but if one team gets the first 2 seeds and then they're able to cap a boss or like invade a boss and win it, then the game just kind of ends. I very much dislike this map for that reason. Alright, here we go.
Cursed Hollow.
Cursed Hollow. Another very good Deathwing map, by the way. Good Hanzo map. So that already favoring CCS. Good Falstad map as well. Expect to see a heavier focus on globals. Either the band stages or the first couple of picks here for each team. Taking a lot of time to think about it. Maybe somebody had to run to the bathroom, but we do see Tracer ban first. Again, that target ban for Mockery. Will we see the Sylvanas banned yet again? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Johanna banned this time around. And Garrosh banned. So a lot of really interesting first picks here. But Felstead gonna be snagged early. Now, Felstead is super vulnerable to Zeratul. And this is a much better Zeratul map than, say, Infernal was, or Tomb of the Spider Queens. So, curious to see if they are able to last pick that. They snag a Global, they snag a Brightwing. And there is a Diablo right away from Brainer. We see Thrall again, and Rhaegar. So Team Underbite, fully a go for Haunted House. We see the Hogger Band. So Team Underbite getting nerfed a little bit. And the Maiev ban. So Dahaka's still available here, which I think would be a really solid pick into what they're showing right now. Let's see what they opt for here. Yep, there's a Dahaka. And this realm needs me. We see a Li Ming. Fun. That's a good fun pick. We see the Leo grabbed again, so very reminiscent of the first draft of the night here. This Falstad Thrall Leo combo. Its gamer doesn't have the Garrosh to pick from this time. Maybe an Anubarak here is in the cards. Oh, actually just going to see a Varian. Okay. And Sergeant Hammer looks very good here. That is going to be tough to deal with for the side of Haunted House. Cool. CCS yet again, another draft I really, really like. I think if they play it well, they should be able to get this reverse sweep. And for some reason, my camera's way on the top right. From right to left, our home team in red. Again, because they decided to switch for some reason. We have the Choo Choo Train on Brightwing. Again, I'm very sorry, I just have no idea how to say that name. Anyway, on the Brightwing. And then we have Eric with an A, playing Li Ming. Shredded Wind on the Dahaka. In the top lane, Mockery playing, that's a very cool skin, for that Sergeant Hammer. And Brainer on the Diablo. From left to right, it is Haunted House. Let me get us over to the right screen. It's Gamer on the Variant. Sugar playing Thrall. Aaron again on Leo. Krasavic? Krasavchik. Close enough. On the Rhaegar. And Bobby on Falstad. Brightwing. Doing Brightwing things. And Li Ming is poking bottom. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. It's a lot of micro for a little bit of damage, but I like it. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. Oh, he's able to get out just in time. Holy. Let's take a look at our level 1 talents here. Brought to you by State... I don't know. Nobody sponsors me. That is a bribe wing. That is a bribe Pixie Charm wing. And again, Falstad going Gathering Storm. I don't really understand it. For all this time, we do have the Maelstrom weapon. I'm just really, really surprised to see that build. I guess because of the hammer? But, like, if you just are auto-attack build and you fly onto a hammer, I mean, if he misses the boop, he is super dead. Like, in 4 auto-attacks, he's gonna die. Nevertheless, Q build it is. Nice dodge there by the Dahaka. Mockery going, pew. Wait a minute. Why are there so many mines there? Did they stay there forever? No, some of them just disappeared. Interesting. I missed First Blood. I have no idea. I have honestly no clue where the Thrall died. He died at camp? Like what? He died at a camp. He didn't die getting stacks. How did I... What did I miss? Now I'm curious. Now I gotta go back. How did the Thrall die? Where's the Thrall? I'm watching my stream. He died to camp. I have no idea where he died. Or how. Rhaegar getting super aggressive here. Diablo coming in looking for maybe a stun, and Rhaegar runs the other direction. Like the heck with this. So both teams getting their camps out. Nearly a half-level lead, though, for CCS. And notably, CCS does have a lot more towers down in this game than the blue team does. They have almost both towers down in the bot lane. They have a tower down mid and the side wall. Half the wall top remains rather unscathed. But it's going to be hard for Haunted House to really push into this. Here comes Brightwing with the shift. It's a 5-man effort here for the blue team. So Haunted House really committing a lot of resources to this, and they're not going to have a lot of stall here. Oh, they do, but it's too late. The long queue, not able to stall in time. And now Varian looking for some sort of engage, but only finding Diablo. Meanwhile, the bottom lane. Try to win AFK in the bottom lane, much like the Hogger did on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Doing so much damage to this bottom tower here. Empowering these minions to be the best that they could be, and they're being good little soldiers. Meanwhile, in the top lane, the brawl continues to rage. Thrall getting low, but still living. Only 5 stacks so far for the Thrall, but he doesn't need a lot to be very deadly. Surprised again to see Ancestral Wrath with this build instead of, you know, the Elemental Assault at 7. But we'll see how that ends up playing out. It's still going to be a heck of a lot of healing, especially into Diablo. Aaron catching a W onto the Diablo, speaking of. And we do have a Calamity Li Ming, our favorite type of Ming. There is a taunt onto the Diablo, and he should be pretty much dead. Yep. That will be a dead Diablo. 1 for 1 now, as Falstad starts to fly top. Q gonna connect, but I mean after that, that's really all you can do. That's all you can do is hit a couple of Qs and look at the self-sustain that he has. Nice shift immediately coming down from the Brightwing. Brightwing does get taunted, but just no, after the Q is down to the Falstad, no kill pressure. And Mockery is going to be able to heal up this with this level 4 talent. Basic attacks heal for damage dealt. And the Q is just kind of novelty damage for now. We'll see if that remains the case later on. Try to win, missing the tongue. That would have killed the Leo. Gets a couple more autos in. And we have DZemD with the sub. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you taking those Bezos bucks directly out of his wallet and putting it into mine. Thanks for coming out and supporting HOTS as well. Level 10's around the corner here for the red team. Let's see what they decide to do. They're going to take boss. We see Napalm, Isolation, Wave of Force, Lightning Breath, and Blink Heal. But blue team only needs one more objective here. Shredderwin able to scurry away. No healing there on that cleanse. Because we do have Sticky Flare. Maybe one of the most interesting Brightwing builds I've seen in some time. Does this fort remain upright? It does. Top lane gonna have a boss pushing in it. Dahaka able to dig down bottom. With that E talent there on 4, he's not gonna be able to get engaged on Li Ming. Gonna be able to stop this. And now let's see what the team fight is going to look like here. They have to play somewhat slow, the red team does, because they do have just a hammer. Ancestral going to connect to the Varian, but Aaron getting very low. He's going to be the first to fall thanks to Li Ming. Li Ming resets now going to be very deadly. It's Gamer getting a big Q, excuse me, but Li Ming ultimately running him down. And now CCS is poised to take this fort down, and they immediately start the Haunted House boss. It looks like CCS just needed a warm-up game, and they've kind of hit their stride here. They're playing really well. They're hitting their combos. Their team fight is much stronger. Aaron trying to go in here. Nice route there from the Thrall. Ends up landing on 4 people. But I don't think they can really fight this. Falstad's going to be here with a Gust. They're trying to get vision onto it right now. And maybe the Gust is going to be able to do it, but the Thrall will go down. Leo the next to go. Is Falstad going to be a hero? It looks like, yes, the taunt is good, and he does get it just in the nick of time. Really well played by our It's Gamer. And now the boss with a root, making sure that the red team can't do much, but they're going to be able to do enough. They're going to be able to wipe most of the blue team. And very, very well played there by the Falstad. He almost threw it. He almost walked out before it was too late. And red team is going to take this camp instead of defending this boss. CCS now splitting up. They get to go get the seed. This camp in the top lane is doing a lot of damage for Haunted House. Falstad flying in. No gust available this time around. Last time he used it, he was a hero. Let's see if that remains the case. Blue team does need to get this seed, and red does stall. Ancestral immediately coming out onto the Thrall, and now in disarray, the blue team looking to run away, at least looking for a couple of Rhaegar Qs here. Mockery sieged up, looking for damage. The camp still alive in the mid lane, just now falls. And a big wave in the bottom lane in favor of Haunted House. Almost taking out this full building here. So Brightwing heads down to the bottom lane. Does he have shift available? Looks like yes. 16 bribe stacks available as well, by the way. As a Q connects. Only 35 stacks. The Falstad has died, I think, at least twice, right? Oh no, just once. So he has lost a couple of stacks, but not a ton. Red team does have 13s available. Here comes the shift, and Diablo taking it upon himself to basically solo the Thrall with Lightning Breath. Now Aaron and It's Gamer getting run down by a hammer as best he can. He's get run down by a hammer. Brightwing also trying to provide the engage that the red team's looking for, but ultimately, you know, Brightwing's not necessarily known for that type of engage. So this is really good for CCS. They fought back. They were down 2-0 in the objectives, and now, as Li Ming caps this with a happy cloud, if you will, they're going to be able to do a ton of structure damage here. All the waves are in really good condition. CCS is up 2 levels. Here comes a Falstad, really interesting, and he's going to die. Yeah, he's... Oh, Brainer. What the heck? He left the game. Yeah, we are going to have a pause. It almost looked like the Falstad lagged or something, too. Because it was a really weird positioning there. But maybe just a little bit of a miss micro. Brainer DC'd. We're going to flip over back to the match screen here as we wait for the game to resume. So things looking really good here for CCS. Now with the Falstad down, that's so much of their clear. And they have 48 seconds yet to do terrible, terrible damage to the buildings of Haunted House. While we wait, let's do our daily puzzles, our daily chess puzzles. Let's see. It looks like I just want to take and then go promote a queen. I'm on day 252 of my streaks because I am obsessed with puzzles. Huzzah. Looks like Brainer is still gone. And he is back. And I completed my puzzles. Ready? No, he lied. Oh, okay. I guess not. Unless they're not ready. I meant I'm back as in mentally, says Brainer. Okay. That's really funny. And the back isn't mentally. Alrighty. Oh boy, we are back. I was AFK for half a second, and they immediately 1-2-3 at the start of the game. Alright. Brainerd dove in past the wall, gonna get a Brightwing shift here. No tower to contend with here, so they're able to march forward. 30 seconds still until they have to worry about towers. It's Gamer really flirting with danger and able to get out of there. Mockery stepping forward with that hammer. It's a beautiful tongue from Shredded Wind, and Thrall will go down. The Entomb actually stopping the hammer from moving anywhere. And the Qs from the Falstad continue to just kind of tickle the front line of this red team. Oh, the wave spawning there is really unlucky. That might actually allow red team to push to end here. Aaron looking for some sort of engage here, trying to get them off a core. Hello, Calamancy. And it looks like CCS is content just kind of hitting the keep. But, oh my gosh, so much damage here from the Li Ming. This was very much a draft diff this time around. They took the Thrall and the Falstad, expecting it early. Although Shredder getting low here. Might not be over yet. But yeah, it's so hard to play into this hammer. They just have so little to deal with it. And now with 3 members dead, again, just the Thrall and the Falstad remains. CCS looking to complete the reverse sweep. 2 keeps are dead. The core is at 61%. Sugar just immediately getting slammed by this hammer. The core is at 22%, and I'm not sure why the red team's walking away. Eric with an A is on the core. That'll do it. It was almost a 9-minute game. Close, it was 12. GG's come out, and CCS completes the reverse sweep. So, Kala, you get to watch the last 10 seconds of this game. And as we look at our post-match screen here, leading the way in damage, Mockery carrying the team in the last two games, really, on that Hanzo, and then again on the hammer. And again, this was just such a smart draft from CCS, really understanding what the plan for Haunted House was, which was essentially, you know, play Falstad and play Thrall, and knowing that hammer was on the table, the insta-lock on the last pick there, they just no answer. 12-2 in this last game, only a 13-minute game on Cursed. Healing numbers relatively the same, offlane numbers the same, almost as well. Ultimately, CCS coming out on top with the victory. Take a quick look at the talents here. A full Q build. I don't see this this build win very often. With Pixie Charm, you have Hush at 16. Not something you typically see, but you know what? If it works, it works, and it certainly worked this time around for CCS. So that's going to do it for me. I am going to go do some coaching, but congratulations again to CCS. They win 2-1. The reverse sweep completed over Haunted House in this Nexus division matchup. NGS, I'm Eternally Blue. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hope everybody has a wonderful night. Continue to support HOTS, and we'll see you guys in the Nexus soon. Take care. Be good to each other.